Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm making this video to show off the newest version of the PlayStation Core made by FPGAZumspass, also called whose real name is Robert Pipe. He has been releasing a lot of cores recently, at least one per day for more than a week now. So there has been a lot of updates. He has added 2 controllers. He has added memory card support, save states, optimizations for the CPU, and added a fake SPU to help with support for some games that wouldn't run without getting some response from the sound controller chip. And even today there was a release. He was supposed to have started his vacation some 3-4 days ago, I think, where he announced that he was making the last update for the core before taking vacation. But apparently he didn't like knowing there were bugs in the core, so he has kept updating. I'm guessing he will start his vacation soon though. But I guess he finds it fun to keep updating. So let's see. The core now has a few new features. You can see the memory cards here. I haven't actually figured out what this does. It's part of how the original PlayStation worked, and I think this actually changes if you switch the BIOS out with another one. So it depends on the BIOS how this looks, but most of the original ones look this way. And here we can see what's on the memory cards, and so far I haven't put anything on the memory cards. We can see here that we can pick memory cards. There's save states that can be saved to USB, and we can autosave, which I think is for the memory cards that they will autosave. So the reason it's not turned on is it might damage the SD cards at sometimes if it writes too much to them. When we can see on the left that that it's now called the PSX Core instead of the PlayStation Core, which means now the folders on the SD card or USB disk you have connected to the MiSTer now has to be called PlayStation instead of now have to be called PSX instead of PlayStation, and that's where you need to put the BIOS and so on. We have several options. We can use PAL and 2 different versions of NTSC because there's a Japanese and a US version. I'll try to go with the PAL version. And we still have the fast boot option, and we can make it pause when you have the menu open, which is useful for testing, I think, and making save states. Fast memory, I haven't actually tried that yet. CD instant seek, fake SPU is one of the new options, and we can force 60 Hz modes for PAL, and usually that makes the screen a bit too big on my CRT monitor. And another interesting feature is being able to turn textures on and off, which helps debugging, but it's also fun to just see what parts of the game actually uses textures and which do not. Oh yeah, I think there's actually support for the new shadow mode. I'm not sure how to activate that though. I also resized the video a bit. I did it directly in OBS to make it closer to 4:3 so that we have the original video mode, because otherwise for some reason the HDMI out just uses the full screen instead of making it aspect correct like on the CRT monitor. So here we go. Let's try loading a game. And almost all the games are working now. One game to test this, Tekken 3, which has gotten a lot of updates E8 ought to be a memory error. Oh, yeah, and a new thing is the FPS is added. Oh, right. I had an issue where I was converting some games, and the software I was using actually, if it didn't correctly read the image file, it would just stick with the same file, and I would convert the wrong. And so this is actually not Tekken 1 and 2, it's both of these are Suikoden. But I guess let's test Suikoden then. So video works quite well. And I think I'll just skip this if I can. I actually tried connecting a PlayStation controller using adapters. I don't remember the name of them, but there are these fancy adapters for this USB hub that I have. But unfortunately none of the controllers were fully working, so oh, didn't I press start in time? Here we go. So one of the buttons wouldn't work, up or down or left or right. I have 3 different PlayStation controllers, but since none of them were fully working, and I remember that actually is the case on a real PlayStation as well, because I used them on a real PlayStation a few months ago, might even have been last year. So let's go with Caldor. And we can test save states. Let's actually maybe disable that error code. Here we go. FPS overlay is okay, but let's disable that one. A few games still have these error codes, but I guess in this case it might still be working. Let's stop it from pausing when I'm in the overlay. I might have managed to find a game that's not fully working yet. So let's skip to another game. So Silent Hill should be fully working now. I actually never tried this game. I think I watched the movie. let's take it on easy, because usually these games are pretty challenging. But I won't be playing it too much though. This game, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I guess, maybe? This game wouldn't work, because as soon as you got outside the car, there would be this fog, and all the fog would crash the system or something. And then he made an update, and suddenly it was pretty much fully working. So we can pause the game, we can run around. I wonder if I don't have a map of this place, so I guess I can't activate a map. I'm not sure if I can run. I guess we just walk into the fog. And she runs off. I wonder if I can check save states. Oh wait, I can run. Here we go. Before it was just a cutscene that made him run. Or I guess it was more like a sequence. Beware of dog. Yep, that doesn't look like a nice guy dog. Or maybe that was the dog. Oh, it has light effects. That's pretty nice. Flies around. Is that a dead body? He asks what it is, but I guess he doesn't want to investigate. And I guess this is not actually a door. Let's try it this way. Certainly there's a lot of blood around here. I guess he's... Uh-oh. Is it possible to hit? I have a feeling that you cannot. Oh, you can't die though. Oh, I guess you were meant to get knocked out by them. Mm. Let's see, we can pause, we can click select to go to the menu, and let's see if maybe there's a save option. Vibration on. Oh yeah, I don't think the core supports vibrations yet. Let's try another game that can test the memory cards. Oh, we can test the save states though. The save states are done per game, so I can walk over here and I can restore the save state and we're back. So they seem to work quite well, and from the stuff I've tested so far they seem pretty good. And pretty reliable. Doom is one of the games that I don't think is working yet. This new core should also support actually loading multi-game CDs, multi-CD games. Which is why you now need to reset after replacing the CD or the CD image. Resident Evil. This game should be supported, but I'm not sure I have the correct version yet. I haven't. Yeah, I should have gotten more done with my different versions of it, of the games. I think though that it might just be that it's the wrong version I have. Let's see. Oh yeah, Lemmings is working, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver is working, Dead or Alive is working. Pretty much everything is working. MediEvil should be working. But I wonder if I have a version of Resident Evil that's fully working. That would be interesting. But I think actually instead I will show Quake 2 because I find that really impressive that this can run on the MiSTer Core or the MiSTer FPGA. And this is a special version I haven't tried yet. It's a modified version of Quake 2 for the PlayStation that has some cheats enabled, which should also make it possible to adjust the controls a bit more and get some more modern controls with the analog controllers. And that's also an update that it now supports analog controllers. Let's see where the option is. Digital analog, there we go. Oh, and I think I will put on some Quake 2 music. Yeah, it might support 2-player mode. Since we don't have audio, I'll just disable it. Oh yes, here you can select both sticks. Fire, jump, weapons, and look. That seems pretty good. And a Quake 2 intro. Lots of ships attacking the struck planet. And I think I'll just skip it. So let's see how this works. It's inverted. Let's see if we can change that. Look at this, Quake 2 at a steady 30 FPS. I have it running on my CRT monitor behind me as well. I'm not sure if Pyth's own test releases supports the CRT monitor, but the daily nightly builds actually does support it, so I can recommend getting those. To have the full features supported, you also need... Let's get some secrets. I've been playing it a bit, so I know some of the secrets in the beginning. It's not that I played it a lot back then though. But yeah, you need some updates for the MiSTer Core as well, because that's how it was possible to make save states and to get memory cards working. So I got a pretty recent version of the MiSTer Core. I remember always being quite surprised that these could lay around and shoot after they had gotten shot. It was really surprising the first time that happened, and always made you wary about killing them. Do you want to save? Oh yes. Let's see how that works. Checking for memory cards. And we'll take slot 1. And we can continue. Now let's also try save states. Out of base, da, da, da. So we can be here, and we'll... He's not very good at aiming, is he? Let's go down to him. Oh! I was wondering why I didn't lose health so far. I guess the cheat mode I enabled is actually by default activated. Well, I wonder how to get to the cheat modes then. Game variables. Haha, what? Here we go. Fly mode, draw collisions. Oh yeah, that's actually quite useful to have. Draw monsters off. Sure. What? That very much looked like it was enabled. Infinite ammo? Blast force. Oh! Let's see what happens. I mean, this is not full speed. It can actually run even faster. So this is the original version of Doom, except one of the files for the game has been modified. There was a patch I found for it somewhere. I think someone linked it in the test channel on the official MiSTer. See, I'm still not losing health. I think there might be a bug. I am using ammo though. But yeah, can't find a single graphical error. It's really well made. Oh, and let's see how the save state then works. And look at how it remembered all the settings. So let's check again. Player options. And back video. Game variables. We can reduce the gravity. Let's try that. And lower, and a lot of blast force. Let's try with all weapons just because. And wonder what happens if I enable guard modes, given that I'm already immortal. So if I jump now, let's try the blaster. And let's try, actually let's get the speed back. That was a bit annoying. Oh, that's gravity. Game speed. Quite a bit of that. Hmm. Strange. Shouldn't I have all the weapons? So... well, it's not really as fun with the cheats on, but it is very good for showing off the game, I think. So, water effects work. And we can even speed up the game and still seem to get full speed. Super shotgun. Maybe it's limited to all the weapons you can actually have in that level, so if I get to the next level I might get the machine gun. Oh, and I guess the next level is pretty close. Always like the way when you kill this guy he might have his head pop off and then he just still stands shooting with this minigun arm. Oh yeah, this is one of the changes between the PC version and the PlayStation version, that usually I think this game actually finished here with an elevator, but now you have to go over here also with an elevator. There has been made quite a few changes like that to optimize it for the PlayStation, so it's not that so Quake 2 on the PlayStation doesn't actually require as much performance. So it's a bit less system required for Quake 2 on the PlayStation than the PC version. Still though, in the Dust Core, even Duke Nukem lags quite a bit. And here we have Quake 2 running at more than full speed. So let's see, machine gun. Yeah, now I have it. Even though I'm pretty sure it's in here. But I only have the weapons that's possible for the level I'm in. But yeah, this runs great. Let's try another game. Oh yeah, I have several versions of Tekken because I was testing something. For some reason it has a pause between fights. So let's first try out this one being the full version, and I think it's the US version. And I will change the sound to Tekken 3. to the intro. So this got optimized a bit as well. I'm pretty sure it didn't run at full speed at first, and now, since the last video I made, it actually runs faster. But also I guess it might, this still looks a bit like it's not running full speed. I'm pretty sure the other version that I was talking about actually runs faster. So this is the full version of the game, but I have a version that doesn't have audio and video included, so the intro and such isn't in it. So let's enable some music and uh-oh. That got a bit too close. And let's see. So now the problem here should come if it's still there, and it is. So at this point the game just has like a 2-minute pause before it goes to the next level. So it actually helps having this version that has all the video stuff removed from it. And I think it might overall actually run faster. And sometimes it's a bit tricky to get to run, maybe because it's a cracked version. So I'm not completely sure, but it might have to enable fast boot, and then load it again. And then reset. So here we go, where it should not have pauses anymore between, but instead it also does have this instead of the intro, so it doesn't look great. So see, I'm pretty sure this is quite a bit faster than the other version, and I tested. Whoa, well that's aggressive. And I'm pretty sure I tested this. Well, I did test it on my PlayStation Portable, where I could tell that the speed was quite a bit faster than the game I tried, and yeah, this is definitely faster than playing the other version of the game. But the more important part maybe is actually that there's no delay here. So we have the win sequence and the next fight, without any delay. And we can just go through it. Well, the few times I've played it, I have been able to get to the last bosses, but I can't defeat those last two bosses. After a few tries, I can defeat the second last boss, but the last one is pretty difficult to play against. Let's see what next to try. I think it's maybe the Legacy of Kain games to also show the save states, but I'm not sure where I put the Legacy of Kain games. Oh wait, here's the Resident Evil games. Oh yeah, I just remembered, I don't think Resident Evil 1 is working yet. There was a problem with it, but Resident Evil 2 and 3 should be fully working. Resident Evil 2, I think they usually say here. I wonder if I can find some Resident Evil music. A range game. Not sure what that is. And definitely the easy version, because quite the challenging game. And that should be some story about the T-Virus here, or whatever it's called. And an intro sequence. And I'm not very good at this game. I usually just die. But let's see. It takes me a bit to remember the controls, and then I have to shoot all the zombies. And I'm dead. But now I know how to aim and shoot, if I can just remember it for the next time. But I guess this shows that the death sequence works. Oh wait, let's make a save state, I guess. So I can get back to it faster. This went better so far. Not a good time to reload. There we go. Open door. And I'm not actually sure how saving works. And they talk about him not being a zombie, and they become friends, and stuff happens. Well, it doesn't last too long though. There's zombies everywhere. So they lock the door, but it's not enough. Can we skip it? Here we can pause, we can walk around some more. And let's see. Haha. Ah yes, test screen, so it can be made sure that it looks correct. I hope vibration is to be supported, because I really liked, for example, playing MediEvil and having dual shock controllers, or whatever they're called. I guess I can save the state. Oh, that was the wrong button. Maybe the game also had typewriters like in Resident Evil 4. Played that. I played the VR version of Resident Evil 4. It's pretty good. In the chat, some are saying that Tekken 3 used to run at 60 FPS, and I'm not sure if it did. It might have though. File? File sounds like a place to save. Oh, no. Hint files for rookie mode. Ah, hints on how to complete the game, I guess. Rookie files. Oh, come to think of it, this game it runs at 60 FPS at some points, it seems. So I guess it must have supported 60 FPS. Oh, and I did enable PAL, which does mean that it has a low FPS, but it should. I think it's 50 FPS. And you can force 60 FPS mode in PAL, but it doesn't really change anything. Other than on my CRT, the 60 Hz mode, at least in some games, changes so that it doesn't display the full screen. Or maybe that was in another version of well, maybe it's only in some games. Doesn't seem like I can save. Well, there are games that I know where to save, so let's try one of those. I guess it would be the Resident Evil games. No, the what I mean is the Legacy of Kain games. Oh, Magic Carpet, Legacy of Kain, so Reaver. Well, let's try that then. USA and CSC. Let's try the USA version. Oh yeah, I forgot I have fast load enabled, so it skips the whole. So yeah, here we have Soul Reaver. So let's see. Unformatted memory card. So we have the intro, and I'll just enable some soundtrack. So yeah, Raziel here got thrown into some a whirlpool of water that really hurts vampires, so he was meant to be tortured for an eternity. But something saved him a long time later, and he wakes up as this new being, no longer a vampire, but now a soul reaver. And there's this strange being that calls on him to be his pawn, and he tells him that if he wants revenge, he has to do as he says. Revenge against Kain, who threw him into that whirlpool. And it can't be skipped. This game used to have I guess it still has a problem right here. Damn it. Well, let's see if save states work. Oh yeah, all the save games has moved, so, and I haven't moved my save state, so they don't work. I really thought that bug had been fixed. Oh, it could also be that I enabled fast load mode. Let's enable the error overlay, so it's an R3 error, and let's try again. Oh, I'm pretty sure it was shown there that it becomes a strange screen when a 60 Hz mode is enabled. Maybe I should go back to NTSC mode, because this is the NTSC version of the game. And I guess I better save after this whole scene, because it cannot be skipped. And last time I got past that whole portal thing you walk past by using save states, because it doesn't happen every time. But apparently there's some kind of effects in it that's a problem, and I'm pretty sure it got fixed at one point, but maybe one of the later updates has then made it a problem again. Fast memory. I'm not sure if all the options here are still working, but we can actually disable textures, which is a bit fun, I think. There's also some games where it's a bit surprising that, for example, the main character turns out to not use textures, so nothing changes on the main character. I think it's Crash Bandicoot maybe, where the main character just uses regular colors. And we have the game going. we can make a save state. And this time here's the portal. Let's make an extra save state just to be on the safe side. So this part works. Maybe it was just a fluke that it crashed. Ah yeah, I remember correctly. I'm told in the chat by New Karen that that Crash Bandicoot himself only has polygons and not textures on his. Oh, did I lose my sense of direction or? Nope, I'm going the right way. So I think you can actually save the game here, but I'm not sure if maybe it's unhappy that I used this memory card for saving already, because it needs a lot of space to save in this game. I guess cutscenes in general cannot be skipped here. Oh well. Here we go. Feeding time. And it seems the rooms was locked while I didn't have full health. And this section here has you learning how to jump in different ways, because there's also this high jump you can make. And let's do a save state here as well, because it's quite easy to fall down and it wastes a lot of time. And I made it. I played this on my PlayStation Portable a bit as well. Some creatures. And one of the nice things about this game is that you can just pick up weapons and stuff, and there's actually several ways of defeating enemies. And they have this 2 worlds in 1 world kind of thing, so you can move between worlds. You're supposed to start out in this Shadow Soul world. And then we eat them. And then you can become physical again by standing at certain places. Let's see, I think you can turn around. Here we go. Yeah, Robert Pipe has been working quite effectively, I must say. He was supposed to have gone on vacation 2 or 3 days ago, but he just kept adding updates. And even today there was another update with like 5 lines of... No, 6 lines of new things done. DMA 2 cycles instead of 3 cycles per ride. DMA overhead reduced by about 10 clock cycles. Cache fetch 1 cycle faster. BIOS data instructions cache fetch speed up optional. OSD. And mask OR for CPU to ReRAM. Error flags added for CPU to ReRAM mask and DMA chopping. And yesterday there was an update that reduced CPU RAM latency by 1 clock cycle to match the original speed 20% faster. Improved GTE speed, RTPS, RTP, and enclip commands. Added texture on-off option for debug modes. And yeah, I can try to show it again. So here the game is without textures. Save game, here we go. Let's see if it'll accept that. I suspect I'm actually now deleting the memory card. Does it actually support formatting it? Saved? Interesting. So I will make a save state, and I think I'll just try restarting the game and see if I can use the save state loading now. Maybe there must be another way. Quitting the game. Let's try that. And then there should be an option to load the game. Reading memory cards. Soul Reaver A. Whoops, load failed. I guess there might still be issues with the memory cards. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's try loading the save state. And let's try this one. It's a new memory card. And I'll reload them, and now I'll try saving the game. It's strange that this game requires it to be formatted while other games just worked with it. So I suspect there's something still not working fully with this game. Saving memory cards and trying again. Still not. It could be a problem for this game specifically. I think people mentioned this game, but I just figured it had been fixed, so hard to say. Doom should have a loading problem for some reason. Discworld 1 and 2 should be fully working. Except for audio, of course. I think Broken Sword is fully working. Alundra has the problem where when you log into cabins, it has a black screen, but apparently also emulators have that issue. Red alert should be fully working. Oh, let me 3D. No, I don't think that's working either. That has a problem after you have seen the intro and such. But some of the few last problems might be audio related, so I think I think Robot Pipe plans on just ignoring those until he has added audio, so he can see if maybe that has something to do with it. Gran Turismo has a problem with the simulation mode, where you can actually buy cars and all of that, but the arcade mode discs should work fine. At least from what I've tested, they seem to work fine. So let's see if we can find. Let's see, we were talking about a game earlier to try called what was it? A LucasArts game. I'm checking the chat to see if I can find it. Hercules Adventure, yeah. I had not heard of your game yet, but LucasArts makes some good games. So, the problem is where I might have it. I really need to clean up in my games here. Working, I don't think it's there, because I didn't know if it was working. Oh wait, it is there. I think that might be because I figured if it boots it's working back then. Or maybe I have actually, maybe it was back when I was still moving games into the working folder, but then at some point it just seems pretty much all the games worked, so I stopped moving them into that folder. Sounds like it should often work with Soul Reaver 1 and its save states. It might be the version I'm running of Soul Reaver 1. I have another version somewhere, so that might be the one that works better. So this is Hercules Adventure. I'm pretty sure it's a LucasArts game. And I don't think it's very well known, but from what I've seen of it, it looks quite good. Pretty high quality, good animations, and it should have a fun humor as well. That seems to be Jason? I thought that was Herc. And let's skip the intro. It looks a lot like Hercules, and I'm pretty sure that's not that's not random. Hercules by Disney. Oh wait, seems I cannot skip the intro. Well, it does look a bit pretty good so far. Ah, this is a nice lead up to when you select character. So he's playing against, I'm guessing it's Hades, god of the underworld. And they're playing with people since they're gods. So here we go, Herc's Adventure, and I can't control it at all. That might be because of this. Yes. It's actually interesting. Some games completely refuses to recognize the controller if it's set to the analog mode. I'm not sure if it happens the other way around. Let's play with Herc. Oh, Jason is the small one. And it's possible to play 2 players, and I suspect you actually are 2 on the same screen when you play 2 player. So the old man is pretty heavy. Oh yeah, I actually tried this long enough to find out how to get down, and apparently moved this way. I thought it was just a regular platformer, but you're actually walking around like a bit like an adventure game or something. So there are sheep and giants, and I think you can actually fight this man. A Cyclops. Ouch. Oh, grab spears. Something. And press L1. Ah, yes. Oops, I got caught again. And flattened. Uh-oh. Woohoo! Defeated the mighty Cyclops. So, haha. That's one surprised sheep. Oops. So, what happens if I throw a sheep into a house? Or person? Whoops. I'm not very good at... Oh, I have stamina-like energy. Interesting. I think that's why I couldn't... Oh, right. So, I need to throw it fast. Can I jump here? No. I need to go around. More Cyclops. Oh, he can run. That's good to know. They still pick me up. Ouch. Uh-oh. Maybe I should just use spears again. Oh. Right one button. So I can use it. Oh well. Oh, that's a useful move. You can throw the thing, the club thing. Did I miss a key somewhere? That was the fast run button. I thought maybe I could pick him up, but that doesn't seem possible. What about this house? Having a door and everything. I guess he is pretty strong. Oh, the game should have good music. Let's see if maybe I can find the music for this game. Oh, here we go. Aha, the key. Ah, interesting. I was wondering if the other characters were as strong as this one, and I'm being told in the chat that that the other characters aren't as strong as this one, so they can't pick up houses. So I guess they have different playstyles. Whoops. Maybe I ran into a problem here. Yeah. Looks like the game's not fully working yet. It might be one of those things that you can get past by using save states though. It's just a bit late when it has happened to use save states. Oh well. Let's try another game. Here we go, Blood Omen. And do I still have fast loading on? Nope. So I guess I just need to reset. I think there's quite a story about the Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. That Silicon Knight started developing it, and I think actually Crystal Dynamics took over, and then Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver was developed by another company. But the original developer here is Legacy of Kain. They are now working on a new game related to this called World of Darkness or something. No, probably not, because that's taken. Let's see, they're usually making a lot of videos about the new game they're working on. No, I can't find them right now. Oh, maybe in my updates. Let's see. Linus. Yeah, Dead House Sonata it's called. So let's go into the game. And in this game you can actually save the game pretty early. So let's try that. Oh, and this that's a fun fact about this intro. It's actually from a book written by Aleister Crowley. And for some reason they included it in this game. It is a pretty cool quote, and quite fitting for a vampire game. And let's skip the intro. It's the vampire going around killing. This had some bugs for quite a long time in the early states of the core, and suddenly there was an update that just fixed it. Let's have some Legacy of Kain music. So the innkeeper here won't let him stay. And the problem is people are out to kill him. And then Kain gets revived by Nobraptor. No, wait, he's not Nobraptor. It's the Necromancer something. Played through this game a few times. I really like how powerful you get through the game, getting new abilities, and it's a real vampire game where you can change into a bat and become a werewolf, drink the blood of your enemies, and you get a lot of magical spells and different items. Since I know the game, I might be able to switch the music somewhat correctly. And grabbing this item, there's usually some... Yeah, generally this game actually has a lot of cool voices explaining everything. There's a really good voice actor for Kain himself. And it's actually one of the first games that had a voice actor that was like an actual voice actor, because often games just had people they randomly knew that did the voice acting because they couldn't afford real voice actors. But this game did a lot with the voice acting. So he would explain the Heart of Darkness and where it came from and such, which does not really explain why you can find several of them, but supposedly it came from Janus Ordrun, one of the oldest living vampires. Oh, and here we can test the save system. So far it's working. So this is where you should get this music, I think. Awakening to the World. And in the other place there's some more Soldium music. And here he has some comments about how the world is not as friendly as it used to be, because even rain now hurts him. And also you get hurt by when you try to walk through water and such. It doesn't kill you instantly, but it has to be something you be a bit careful about. Shouldn't I be able to do more? Oh yeah, this is the way. Whoops. Oh. I didn't even notice I was that low on health. I should pay more attention. Whoops. I should have drunk the blood from that one. And this is a pretty cool weapon. It removes the flesh from the target's bones. I better drink some more blood, but we can test it on the next enemy. How was it I selected it? It wasn't select. So with the start button. Yep. So here it explains the items you have. Here you select the spells, but I'm pretty sure you should have... Here we go. So I put that here. And now I guess I have to be careful not to use it by mistake when I go out. So another Heart of Darkness. Oh yeah, the music has screams in it. It's a nice touch to music for a vampire game like this, I think. And we're out in the rain again. And now it's time to take revenge. But let's see if I can maybe... Oh, you can zoom out. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted. And here's the map. Still not what I wanted. So maybe... Nope. Here we go. Heart of Darkness and these. So there's just a skeleton left of them and they fall down. Some pretty evil weapons you have. Seems the game slows down a bit when you zoom out. Oh no, I killed both of them. I need the blood. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And notice the vial is overflowing when you have full blood. Now we are almost at the pillars. I think I'll make a save state here. And we can test loading. So for this game it works. Let's try another one. And still works. And the save scheme also works. Save states. So Alien Trilogy already worked pretty much fully last time I tried that. I think Symphony of the Night also worked pretty much fully last time I tried it, but there has been some fixes where it should be more playable now, because there was still a crash later on in the game. And of course there's save states that don't think it had originally. Well, the whole core didn't have savestates to begin with, but now they are fixed for this as well. File select, and it can see. So no. And the intro is working. I'll find some Castlevania music. Oh yeah, you have to duck under the first one and jump over the second one. I think you pretty much cannot lose against him because you'll just get this sick power up if you actually die. I think I'll die soon. Doesn't need to be much mistake before I die. Whoops. And here it comes. The skull comes and suddenly I just become pretty much immortal. And he dies. Oh wait, that's right. Now we have to fight his monster form, which is still pretty easy because she seems to make you completely immortal. But you're not meant to have the full difficulty of this boss. Since it's just the last boss of the last game, so it's mainly meant to be a prologue for this game. And for the new game here, Dracula's son returns again, or at least his castle, and his son Alucard now comes to fight Dracula. Castlevania, which I think actually refers to Dracula's castle. And here he comes with his vampiric super speed, running into Dracula's castle. One of the great things about this game is all the animations, and I've seen the sprite sheets for this game, and it's just insanely how detailed it all is. Oh yes, disk swapping should work now. So it should be possible to play games like, I think it's Red Alert maybe, that uses disk swapping, and maybe Command and Conquer. I don't think the Resident Evil games use disk swapping because the dual disc games are just two different discs with two different games, so you just play a different character on each disc, I think. And yeah, dual discs should work now, so maybe that's next to test, because it seems to work. Let's do a save state, and maybe I should test if... I'm not sure how to save the game here. Probably just happens automatically. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII has a lot of discs, but I'm not sure if I have extracted it correctly yet. We had Diablo runs and Hexen runs. There's also Alone in the Dark 4, which seems to work. It has actually worked for quite a while, but I'm not sure when the disk swapping happens, so that's not a good test of disk swapping. And let's stop the music for this game. This folder has a lot of Command and Conquer games. I think maybe Dune 2000 had... No, let's try GDI, and then using the GDI disk we'll select not as the ones we want to play. That ought to trigger a disk swap. And Vampire MSX just said that disk swapping works if they're in the same folder, and that might explain why sometimes the games don't reset and sometimes they do reset when you swap disks. That all depends on the folder they're in. One of the cool features in this game is that the installation process on the DOS version was meant to look like you actually were establishing a satellite uplink to take control of the battlefield. And there's all these TV channels they zap through to do some world building. Let's skip that though. Tries to allocate 20 megabytes, which was quite a lot of RAM back then. I'm pretty sure the PlayStation had more than 2 megabytes of RAM though. Let's try Special Ops. Oh, password based. I guess I found a bad game for testing CD swapping. Oh. Love this character. The commando. He has cool comments like, when he shoots people he says ha ha ha, and the next comment might be, that was left-handed. And he just single shots most infantry. And he has bombs for buildings, so he can just explode buildings. Whoops. Yeah, I think Red Alert is more likely to have disk swapping. And I need to reset to get it to work, since it's in the same folder. This is running a bit slowly, it seems. 3 or 4 frames per second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this ought to run better. I think there are a few types of cutscenes that still have issues. I'm not sure what causes it. I wonder what happens if I turn this off. I'm not completely sure what dithering actually does, but it should be a graphical effect that I'm not able to notice very well. But yeah, this is supposed to be Hitler at a young age before he goes into politics at all. Suddenly World War II got stopped, and the war now is between Russia and the US instead. So let's see, new game, and maybe nope. Seems that isn't an option to switch to the other disk here either. Or is there? Oh, Tanya right from the start. That's nice. She's like the commando in Command & Conquer. Oh, yeah, I need to escort Einstein or something. Let's see. Maybe retaliation supports swapping disks. I'm not sure if the FPS in the game can actually be completely relied on, but it does look like it's fully 60 FPS. Red alert, I think. In Tekken 3, the FPS is at about 30 in the game, and some said that it ought to have 60 FPS also, but I'm not sure. I don't really. I didn't play PlayStation much. I played MediEvil, and I think there was some NASCAR 2000, and played a bit of Gran Turismo, but I didn't have a PlayStation myself, so I didn't try much more than that. I did later on complete MediEvil using emulators. I really like that game. Let's see, campaigns and increase locked. It seems I still can't choose the side here. I guess all the videos and all the Command and Conquer games have issues with the frames for now. Oh yeah, some music. Now, this version of Command & Conquer is actually extra difficult, and I'll probably get killed pretty fast. Spy. I think the spy had the advantage that he could actually go unnoticed by enemy units, if I remember correctly. But you had to beware of guards because dogs, I mean, because the dogs could actually sense that he was not. Yeah, that's the dog. We need to avoid that one. But he's a great unit for scouting. Mammoth tanks. They are quite powerful. Yeah, I think I actually edited this game at once a time. I'm not sure if it was Red Alert or or Command and Conquer, but I think units actually have like a circle of sight. But that circle, when that removes the fog of war, is actually not complete because that just takes away performance for no reason, I guess. So what we saw there with the black spot was that it was somehow it survived the initial walkover, and then it got within his circle, and I couldn't get rid of it before I actually walked away from it again. So yeah, as the mission revealed, there was something about a lot of Tesla coils, and I'm pretty sure they need to be disabled before I can do much. So I'm thinking there's something I'm missing. Maybe I should read the mission again. To the east. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't lose the spy. I'm pretty sure I sent him up here, but I guess maybe I sent him into the path of the mammoth tank that will just squish him if he gets in the way. Yeah, I think he died. Restart mission. Oh, here it happened again. It's inside the side circle, so I have to walk away to get rid of it. And I need to avoid the dog. They just instantly kill infantry when you get within jump range. And it's actually a quite bloody animation where it just tears the person apart it's attacking. I wonder if maybe you're meant to explode this and have cause a distraction. That's a turbo mode. See. So maybe if I stand here and then take the rest of the army. Uh-oh, I deselected them. Let's move them all out of the way, and I think it worked. It's just not fast enough, maybe. Nope, I got eaten. Completely got eaten. Let's try again. Ah, yes, I deselect if I move the cursor after I've clicked, so I need to make sure that I'm standing still when I click. So let's see, you shoot this, and we move away. I did it again. And I guess maybe the spy cannot really do much about buildings. He walked into it, but Apparently I can see the power level on it. Oh well. Back to trying to find a multi-disc game, I think. But problem probably is that I haven't really focused on multi-disc games, because when I made this collection of games, it didn't have support for multi-disc games, so I somewhat tried to avoid them. What else to try? MechWarrior 2, is that actually a PlayStation game? Didn't remember it as a PlayStation game, but I guess that fits around the same time. Activision. Oh, and MediEvil. Didn't try that yet. I think I remember there was something about the game having way too high hardware requirements back when it was released, because having anything but the pretty much highest level of hardware was just not enough for this game. But being the PlayStation 2, being the PlayStation, I guess that wasn't a problem. Let's try instant action just to see what happens. Yes. Did I fail really fast, or... Ah, now it's working. Oh, it did fail really fast. Yeah, I'm getting shut out really fast. Well, it seems it works. I'm just pretty bad at playing it. Let's try another mech. See if maybe I can survive a bit longer. Well, I'm surviving a bit longer. Still learning the controls. I think this game has some graphical errors. dying. I can't turn now. I think I lost a leg. Let's try a game I do know how to play, like MediEvil. And I need to reset because it's in the same folder. So if I skip the intro, and oh wait, here we go. That's the song. And there used to be some crashes here, but I think that has all been solved now. And so far no graphical problems. Just to be safe, I'll make a save state. I missed the rumbling from this game. That was quite great. Let's see, there should be a run button. Now the first time I played this, or the first few times, when the save states had just been added, I actually had the problem that that it would crash quite a lot. So I tried to use save states and managed to use save states to get this far. But now memory cards are working and there hasn't been a crash so far. Saving to memory card and enter level. Oops. I better change the weapon again. Ah, yes. The analog sticks I can use for running. I want to see how it works. And I just think this game has quite a fun atmosphere, and with its zombies and skeletons and such that are not that scary because it's so animated, like a cartoon or something. But at the same time, it has a story that's a bit funny, with the character having died. Supposedly a hero, everyone believing he was a hero, but he got killed very early on and didn't really have a chance to prove himself as a hero. So that's the main quest for this game, is that he needs to prove how heroic he really was, and still is, since he got revived. So yeah, this tells you about dispatching enemies and filling up the chalice. And I think the chalice is needed to complete the level, so I need to defeat a certain amount of the enemies in the level. I think this is a store. Yes, so you can buy daggers from him, but I think daggers suck, so I'll just leave him. The chalice can now be collected, so let's try to return, I guess. This way. And the Hall of Heroes awaits. So I think it's actually optional to get the chalice, but if you do collect it, you can get into this Hall of Heroes thing. But yeah, the games work pretty well in general. I haven't actually tested if maybe Gran Turismo is fully working now. But remember last time I tried, NASCAR 2000 didn't work fully. So I got NASCAR 99 to run instead. But this time I think NASCAR 2000 is also fully working. A lot of racing games goes to... Whoops. Here we have the controls, I think. So the game went to a really slow frame rate when the other cars were in view. I think that was in... Oh, that might have been another game even, not even NASCAR at all. Colin McRae Rally 2, I think it was. This game seems to be working though, even when other cars are in view. It might have been because of all the optimizations he added to the core recently, within this last week or so. In this game I really like to play with the friends, and we found this spot on the rear of the car that you could drive into, and you could put the other player into a spin. That was just such a nice way to get the lead and leave the other player much in the back. I failed again. But yeah, that works. Well, yeah, and Grand Theft Auto 2 also runs fully. Magic Carpet. June 2000, which actually has 3D effects on the PlayStation. That's a bit surprising, because it doesn't have on the PC version. Bushido Blade. Yeah, I'm guessing Bushido Blade probably also runs faster now with all the updates. I think I'll stop playing soon because it's getting pretty late. But yeah, Gran Turismo is one of those games that has 2 CDs, I think, and the simulation mode is one of the CDs. And I'm not sure if the simulation mode got working now. maybe it actually stopped that early. But yeah, all of these games looks like they're fully working, but it did run into a bug with Herc's Adventure. But it might have been a minor bug, something that a save state could help get past. Does seem like Gran Turismo yet isn't loading. Fighting Force should be fully working. Let's try Lemming 3D. Oh yeah, notice that it's the Q file we are using now. It doesn't really change much because it's just reading the Q file and finding out where the data track is and loads that. So it's still pretty much loading the same way as before, but it's to get ready for supporting audio tracks and multi-track CDs. Already it's showing an E8 error. And the problem is after this intro I think it stops working. Unless maybe it's working better now. Diagnosis and I think I got this far before. And I think this might be where it has a problem. So it finishes loading and then it wouldn't skip to the next screen. The MiSTer looks like it's loading a lot still. The light is very active. The activity light. And I can see the disk is also very active. It's not getting anywhere though. Could be it's one of those games where it takes a few minutes for it to load. I do think Tomb Raider 1 is also one of the games that's still not working. But I think some of the later Tomb Raider games are working. But let's try to see if maybe this one is working. E2 error. So I guess not. Time Crisis is working. Oh yes, and Lemmings is actually working. And this Lemmings is Lemmings 1 and oh no more Lemmings. maybe this is a multi-disc game to try. But I suspect it might be well into the game where before you need before I need to swap CDs. This game should work, so maybe if I fast boot it. Okay, let's try G-Police then. I'm pretty sure Lemmings used to work, so maybe that's a new thing that it doesn't. Oh, maybe we shouldn't fast load. Ah, it seems to work either way. Let's skip the intro. That E8 error seems pretty common at this point. It's not the first game to just have that hanging there. Let's remove the error overlay. New mission. It's pretty surprising how well the PlayStation Core is running, I think, because many doubted a whole lot that it was even possible for the PlayStation to run on the MiSTer and its hardware. But now there are 2 cores being worked on. 1 core should be close to having music working. It already has CD audio working, and oh, I don't know how to control. Let's see. Here we go. This works pretty nicely. It's not 60 FPS, but it does feel smooth. Can't shoot them down. I'm not sure what the goal is now. This looks like a game I need to try some more when the sound is working. Wipeout. I think I have some other Wipeout games. Maybe under games. Guess not. Oh, did this get to work? This game should be able to load. Let's try some of these features. So instant seek and fast memory. Reset. Should be able to get further into the game than this. Let's try without fast boot and maybe without analog. Reset. Might be one of the games that has a very long load time, I guess. Yeah, I think I tried this one level demo of Doom and it's also not working. Wait, let's actually just try loading the core again. And let's see if this helps. There has been a lot of games I tried to load before. E2 error. Still an E2 error. That error is persistent now, I guess. Could play a bit of Bushido Blade. That game is always nice. A sword fighting game where what I like about it is that it's actually realistic in the way you can die very fast. And you can actually get damaged, so that if your legs get chopped into, you might not be able to walk straight, so you'll be crouching around. And oh, I'm pretty sure this was the version that was working before. And yeah, I am sure, because this is my working games folder. Maybe I need to reset the whole core. What? Ah. Misclick. I do think this game actually also works. I do like that it says core loading. So maybe it'll fully load this time. Interesting. Really don't think that suddenly so many games are not working anymore. Ah, that worked. That is pretty strange about Bushido Blade, that it just seems to refuse to load and instead goes to the memory card stuff. Maybe actually disabling memory cards would help. But let's just check Diablo. Do I have save states? No, I think I still left the save states in the other folder. But I think it was running a bit slowly last time I played it, so it was noticeable in town and such. There's also Laxa 3A's core, and it's running slower than this core in many things. But he should soon have audio working. It is running a bit strangely, I think. But works quite well. I have played it down in the Cathedral Crypts or Cellar or whatever it is. Oh, no butcher. A fun thing about this game is that it's random what quests and so on you get each game. So in some games you might not face Silken King, and in some games you might not face the butcher, for example. But if the butcher was part of the quests, he would there would be this guy at the entrance to the church with a story about the butcher being very dangerous. So yeah, I was mainly testing if this would load properly while Bushido Blade did not. Oh yeah, I think maybe I need to check the Q file if maybe it's not pointing at the bin file correctly. That could cause this to happen. But I think that's it for tonight. So I hope it was a good video. I'll try to add some text in the video so that it's easier to tell what games I was running when. In the beginning of the video I was showing Quake 2 running, and I think that runs really well on this core. So I can recommend jumping back and watching that if you want. Otherwise, have a good evening and a nice day. Bye bye.